Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Double hijacking, missing Dr. Jada vs. Everett, Paulina's recovery. Days of Our Lives reveal that Trip Johnson doesn't show up to work at the sanitarium. Days of Our Lives spoilers highlights that's because Trip and Wendy Shin get abducted. Plus, Jada Hunter confronts Everett Lynch. Also, Paulina Price is recovering from surgery. Keep reading to find out what's coming up in the Peacock Cleaner pieces. Days of Our Lives Trip Johnson missing DOL reveal that Kayla Johnson learns some concerning news. Days of Our Lives double hijacking, missing Dr. Jada vs. Everett, Paulina's recovery. Kayla is informed that Trip Milway made it to his regularly listed shift at the sanitarium. Kayla might assume that Trip slept in or is sick. Still, the verity is important. Darker than that. DOL double hijacking on suckers can anticipate a double hijacking to take place. The hostages will be none other than Trip and Wendy. Easily, this is Clyde Weston's doing, especially considering the situation with Ava Vitale and Stefan DiMera. Just when the police start closing in, Clyde steps up his pitfalls. Now that Clyde had his pets try to murder several people in Salem, the disquisition will protest up several notches. Also read, DOL is Everett working for Clyde? Then are the clues. Days of Our Lives Jada Hunter vs. Everett Lynch. Days of Our Lives reveal that Stephanie Johnson eventually managed to get Everett to show up for a double date with Jada and Ray Fernandez. Still, this time Everett not only showed up but sounded agitated about the double date. That might change. Formerly Jada calls Everett by the name Bobby, however. I imagine that Everett will reply by claiming he's confused. Everett will presumably look around and also tell Jada that she must have him confused for someone differently. Still, Jada knows her ex-husband, so that will put Stephanie in a complicated situation. With both Everett and Jada making bold claims, Stephanie will be confused over who to believe. So, as the week progresses, look forward to Steve Patch Johnson probing Everett's history. Also read, Days of Our Lives stars Robert Scott Wilson and Deidre Hall are a dream team. DOL on Monday, February 19th, Maggie Horton Kyriakis and Konstantin Melianis spend Valentine's Day with each other. This is good news, so what will Con Man do next? Will Maggie wisen up before it's too late, or could Victor Kyriakis' widow be making a huge mistake? Also, anticipate Paulina to recover from her thyroid cancer surgery. Of course, Paulina will be girdled by her favored bones, including Abe Carver, Chanel Dupree DiMera and Johnny DiMera. Everett shuts down Jada's Bobby accusations. Missing Trip worries Kayla. Days of Our Lives reveal that Konstantin Melianis will continue conning Maggie Kyriakis by making he his Valentine, so he'll ramp up the charm and deliver a gift or two on this special evening. Meanwhile, Paulina Price will be out of surgery and recovering nicely at the sanitarium, where she'll get lots of love and support. Abe Carver will be relieved to know the procedure went well, and so will Chanel Dupree along with Johnny DiMera. Although Johnny and Chanel will want to be there for Paulina, she may ultimately give them a punch to go protest off their honeymoon in private. Kayla Johnson will also be at the sanitarium on Monday's DOL occasion, so she'll be puzzled when she learns Trip Johnson is late for his shift. As the hours go by, days say Kayla will grow decreasingly concerned. It's completely out of character for Trip to skip work without notifying anyone, so that LL raise red flags for Kayla. Of course, this is one of those times when Days suckers have further information than most of the characters. Officer Goldman is obviously one of the dirty bobbies, working for Clyde Weston, so each that talk about taking Trip and Wendy Shin nearly safe was just a ruse. In reality, Officer Goldman was putting a hijacking plot in stir, so Wendy and Shin will eventually realize they're in deep trouble as hostages. At the cantina, Jada Hunter will try to wrap her head around some jaw-dropping news. When Jada returned from the bathroom and saluted the fugitive Everett Lynch, she was stunned at the sight of a familiar face. Jada heaved as she said Bobby's name, since she easily thinks Everett is her ex-husband. Everett, on the other hand, looked confused by Jada's response, so he'll contend she's got it wrong on Monday's show. Days spoilers say Everett will deny any romantic history with Jada and will assure her that his name isn't Bobby. Still, Jada will maintain that she's looking at the man who broke her heart and blew up her marriage with all his infidelity and lies. Jada mentioned that Bobby was also a journalist, so perhaps she can track down some of his old papers to back up her side of the story. In addition, Jada will show off that engagement print along with any other Bobby snaps she saved. Days of Our Lives spoilers say Jada will stand her ground on this and try to come up with some substantiation to prove she's right. Jada vs. Everett, Vintage Horton Box, Steve's substantiation, Xander's plea. Days of Our Lives spoilers for the week of February 19, 2024, are in. Suckers can anticipate Jada Hunter to defy Everett Lynch. Days of Our Lives highlights Steve Johnson proves to Stephanie Johnson that Everett is Jada's ex-husband, Bobby. A quaint box is set up, presumably at the burnt Horton house. Plus, Xander Cook insists he's innocent. Keep reading to find out what's coming up in the Peacock Cleaner pieces. Days of Our Lives Jada Hunter vs. Everett Lynch. DOL reveal that Jada will defy Everett. This must be after the double date with Jada, Everett, Stephanie, and Rafe Hernandez. Days of Our Lives week of February 19, Jada vs. Everett, Vintage Horton Box, Steve's substantiation, Xander's plea. By the end of the Stephanie is supposed to check in with Everett regarding their double date with Rafe and Jada. Of course, Stephanie might suppose that Everett keeps backing out or coming up with defenses because of anxiety or commodity. So, Stephanie might surprise Everett when Rafe and Jada show up. So, when the week of February 19 rolls around, Jada and Everett will have a tense battle. It's assumed that Jada doesn't mention anything until after the regale. After all, Jada knows how important Stephanie cares about Everett. Jada might also be confused as to why Everett is going by another name. It's also possible that Jada calls Everett Bobby during the regale date only for the coma survivor to deny knowing what she's talking about. Coming week, Jada will face off with Everett. DOL Steve Johnson's proof. During the Steve will show Stephanie evidence that Everett is Bobby. This will be heartbreaking for Stephanie as she trusted Everett. Also read DOL week ahead heartbreak, riddle, and Salem stunners. So, Stephanie will be angry and confused, indeed demanding answers. Stephanie will wonder if anything Everett said was true. Days of Our Lives Vintage Horton Box. Days of Our Lives spoilers for the week of February 19 reveal that a quaint box is discovered. Indeed, though the name and position are bared, it must be set up in the Horton house debris. After the fire, anticipate Doug Williams, Julie Williams, and Maggie Horton Kyriakis to spend time at the scorched remains. It's also stated that Roman Brady, Kate Roberts Brady, John Black, and Marlena Evans, Deidre Hall, will advance support. Also read, Days of Our Lives stars Robert Scott Wilson and Deidre Hall are a dream team. DOL suckers can also anticipate coming week to bring Paulina Price recovering from surgery. Roman surprises Kate with a private regale. Brady Black has a heart-to-heart with Marlena. Plus, Clyde Weston demands that Stephen DiMera come to Statesville. Kayla Johnson learns that Trip Johnson no way showed up for his sanitarium shift. That's because Trip and Wendy Shin have been abducted. Plus, Xander continues to maintain his innocence to Rafe. Thankfully, Xander will have Sarah Horton, Lindsay Godfrey, and Justin Kyriakis' support. Which plot are you looking forward to seeing the most during the week of February 19? Partake your studies in the comment section below. Flashback to keep watching The Cleaner on Peacock to find out what happens coming. Is Everett working for Clyde? Then are the clues. Days of Our Lives reveal that several attacks happened in Salem on Friday. The Horton house was set on fire. Lucas Horton was attacked along with Kate Brady, and Harris Michaels was shot. Still, one person who should have been on that list was unexpectedly left alone. Why was Everett Lynch not among those attacked?